Good morning, class. Now, I know that the reason why 62 of you are only viewing my chapters 15 to 20 times is because of my standard definition camera. So don't worry, Mr. Skeleton and I will be working on high def. Today we're doing chapters 17 and 18. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so I'm taking tomorrow off for Barb. Today I'm coming to you since they're going to London, England, so he can create his girl monster. I'm coming to you today as Mary, Queen of Scots, aka Bloody Mary. Thank you, Maddie H, for always doing a great job on the homework, or the extra credit. And thank you, Michaela, Shaylin, Jasmine. Extra credit. Great job. Okay, 17 and 18 are going to be pretty fast. Mary, Queen of Scots, also known as Bloody Mary here. The creation is really persuading Victor. I need a friend. I need a friend. I need a friend. I'm on page 130, 131. He is extraordinarily persuasive. I demand a creature of another sex, but as hideous as myself, the gratification is small, but it is still that all I can receive and all that it shall content me. It is true, we shall be monsters, cut from all of the world, but on this account we shall be more attached to one another. Our lives might not be happy, but they will be harmless and free of misery. O my Creator, make me happy, says the creation. He then talks about does a reference to the Bible when he says, I eat acorns and berries. I don't slaughter the lamb to glut my stomach like humans do. Gluttony is one of the 7 deadly sins. So more Bible references. The next couple pages he talks about that his crime against William only existed because he did not have the love of a friend. And if you think about it, people in prison, people that commit crimes, do you think they have a lot of love in their life? It's an interesting point Shelley makes in chapter 17. Towards the end of the chapter is a short one. In order to save his family and his future marriage to Elizabeth, he must go back to the graveyard and satisfy the fiend's request of building him a monstrous girlfriend. Chapter 18, he can't do it in the house of his father. I mean, seriously. And he's read some new research out of some doctors and philosophers in England that he could write letters to them, but if he was just in England, got his own little laboratory set up, he wouldn't have to worry about trying to keep it secret the whole time at his dad's house, therefore lying and maybe get caught. So off to London, hopefully work with these new doctors, philosophers, scientists, and then have privacy to build his monstrous creation. But he felt this massive horror in himself. And his dad really tried to talk him out of it. He goes, you got to get married to Elizabeth. I'm in failing health. I'm older. And he goes, Dad, I got to go to London first, do some more studying. I won't be there only a few months, maybe a year at most. And then the second we get back, we're getting married. So they all agree. So he's hoping that he can finally fulfill the promise he made to the monster. The monster also says, if you do this for me, we will leave and go to South America and we'll quit humankind forever. Man, Elizabeth does something though. She makes him take Clerval with him. So he's happy to have his friend with him, but he's also worried that he's going to have to hide from him going to the graveyards and bringing the parts home. He has to study anatomy and physiology the entire time in order to not make mistakes while he's reconstructing the body. He's got to find animals to take parts from, live parts, to help sew the pieces together with live and dead. Just imagine doing that, digging a grave and then harvesting material from the corpses. But he feels like a slave to his creature. And also that the creature might stay around and like hover over the family. He does say that he's going to watch Victor and check in on his progress. So Victor's hoping that he stays true to his word. So now, the opposite of Victor, he has these horrible feelings, this guilt. The opposite is Clerval. Clerval's just super happy. He loves the beauty of the scenery, going down the Rhine River from Germany into Holland. Constantly comments on the beauty of nature and the beautiful mountains. And the opposite of Victor, he's just in a slump and he's depressed and kind of hating himself. He even says on page 140, he's depressed in mind. But Clerval seems like he's in a fairyland. So I have this despondent, I gotta do this horrible, wretched act. And then Clerval, look how beautiful the world is. This is fantastic. You know, when you're feeling in a funk, do you like it when people are all happy and in your face? I don't. So that's what we get in chapter 18. Clerval, his beloved friend, he sees poetry in nature. Oh, that must be so frustrating if you're in a funk. Quotes Wordsworth, famous poet, on 141, all about nature. Lots of geography at the end of 18. So if you're doing that one square challenge grid that says do a map of all the places they go, pages 140 to 142 are very important. And I see that Ashley already completed that map grid. Great job, Ashley. Last page of the chapter, more geography, and they then sail up the Thames River in London. It's Thames, but they pronounce it Thames. And that's the river that goes right into the heart of London. You pass the Tower of London, where they did horrific torture there. And also, guess who lived there? Mary, Queen of Scots, lived in the Tower of London, I think for a couple years. So this is Mary, Queen of Scots, chapters 17 and 18. Boost up the views. We should have at least 60 views per video. Whatever you can do to boost that. Mary, Queen of Scots, good afternoon, class.